Alright everybody, welcome to part 2 of this exciting adventure that is drawing the puzzle piece project. Now you can see this is part 2 because I have 2 squares that are done, that are all laid out. And as you can see on this one, it's a little lighter than this one. Again, it's darker so you can see it. And now I'm going to draw what I see in here onto this page. And again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at each of these, pieces of paper and trying to figure out how to copy what I see over here to over here. And as I showed you before, I'm going to start off looking at the negative shapes. These little negative shapes. So like again, I'm going to start in this square. This is the second one over from the right. Okay? And that's this little thing right here. Okay, so I'm going to go yeep. And that's pretty much it. We'll just color that in right away. Pretty awesome, huh? And then I'm going to look at this. Okay, I'm going to see, alright, it starts about right there, and then that is where I connected. So it's about that far away from the edge. And let's say right about there. And then it's kind of goes in and then out. Look at that line carefully. It's not just a straight line. Don't draw a straight line. That'll look weird. Kind of make it a little off, a little bit offset, like not quite straight. Kind of goes in and out, right? So you can see, look at the 2 triangles. See how that's working? How it's looking pretty similar there? And I'm not going to color that in because that's a little bit more detailed. So I'm just going to hold off on that for now. And then you're going to look at this again and then see where that edge of the paper is, right here to here. Again, I'm going to look at that and I'm saying, it's about right there. Okay. And I'm just going to go like this. And boom. I just drew the tree, or part of the tree. And it's going to match up pretty nicely. Now, let's look at that negative shape right in here, that box, just that one box, to figure out, okay, what the heck does that branch look like? So it's a little bit further down on the square, like right there, let's see. And it kind of goes like this, and kind of goes like this, and it kind of goes up like that, and kind of right there, let's say right there. And then I'm just going to take because this is not a very thick branch, I'm just going to go like this. Alright. So if you look at that and that, looks pretty similar, I would say. Pretty similar. And then there's like this little branch that comes up like that over here. So that can be real light. Okay, like right there. Do you guys see? Very similar, very similar. Okay, now we're going to come over. I'm just going to go down here because there's not much left here. And I'm just going to draw like this. Okay, I'm going to look at this negative shape now. See that? I'm going to try to make that shape right there. And then, again, this is where the house starts, right? Just almost halfway. Not quite halfway, but almost. And then it kind of comes down. And then it goes past the halfway point here, right? This is where you connect it. Right about there, I'd say. See? Oop, you know what, though? Not quite. It comes in a little bit too high there, so I'm going to bring it down a little lower, like this. See, that's better. That's better, that's closer. And then I'm going to bring it back down again. See how I'm using my pencil? And then there's this little triangle right in there, right? It doesn't have to be exact, but try to get it as exact as you can, just as an exercise. Okay. Now let's. I think another good step would be to just draw the rest of that line there. Draw the whole. This is the house, right? So again, I'm gonna look at this triangle here, and I'm gonna draw that. Pretty good, I'd say. And then there's just like a little shape right here. So let's go here. Right? And see, it's not a perfect straight line. It's a little oblong because it's just snow on top of a roof, so it's not going to be that perfect straight architectural line. You know, you wouldn't use a ruler to do it. Like, you know, that's why I'm just okay. And then look at it this way now. This little triangle. That's a lot easier to draw than this. But see, when you draw that, you're also at the same time drawing that shape too. Okay. So now we're there. So now again, like, find the approximate place that's going to connect, like pretty much right at the halfway point, actually, it looks like. But again, don't make it that a perfectly straight line. Okay. Now this one here, look at the triangle shape. Again, like, try to figure out where it's connecting with that line, and I would say a little bit more than halfway over, like right there. Okay. And then look at that triangle here. See how I'm going back and forth. Whatever's like, sometimes it's like whatever the smaller shape is, that's what I'll do. You know, you just do what works for you. Okay, now again, it's about a quarter of the way down, right? And now there's kind of a funky thing going on. There's like this. So it's like, first there's like a triangular shape. I'd say about almost halfway down. So like right there, let's say, and about halfway over. And then there's like this like chimney. I think that's a chimney. Okay. And look at this space over here. See the space between this line and this line? That's how much space should be between there. So I'm going to draw that. And there's a little doop, like that. Alright, see how that works now? Pretty much got it almost right on. And see, that's what it helps you to do. It helps you to kind of map it out a little better. Okay, now some more little branch stuff going on here, up here. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect, but you know, like look at this negative shape in here, over here. You then draw it like that. And then see, it's like not quite a halfway over. That's where that connection is. So now we have, again, look at the negative shapes. Like now I'm looking at this shape. So I know. And like there's that shape in here. So I gotta look for that one. Oops, see. Yep, just right around there. We're pretty good. We're doing pretty good. It's not exact, but it doesn't have to be. At least when you're practicing. It doesn't have to be exact, but just try to be as accurate as you can. And like this little light branch up there. And like there's a branch here. And then kind of goes up like this. And then there's like a light branch goes up like that. Again, like look at the negative shapes, like this shape in here. You know what? Maybe it's just a little bit off. So you adjust it as you need to, as you see it. And you know, you can erase into it too. Starting to come together a little bit at a time here. And see, there's like a branch that goes up, and there's like a branch that comes down. So you kind of draw it like that. And then it kind of comes back. It's real light though, real light. I think there's stuff going on up here. There. Pretty close, right? Not bad, not bad. Now, it's kind of blurry, and I understand it's kind of blurry down here, but there's like branches coming up and like all that other good stuff. So for now, I'm just going to leave this until part 3 comes up, which is how to make it really look like this, because this is just line work. This is just step 1. There's another step to it, and I'll show you that coming up. Dun dun dun.